Good morning, guys. Hope you're doing well. This is the COT data video for the week beginning the 28th of July 2025. We've got a really busy week ahead. We've got FOMC and we've got the NFP, and we've got lots of earnings as well, Apple earnings and Amazon earnings. We've also got the PCE inflation data as well. So it's a very busy week ahead. And also, while I'm here, while I'm talking about the COT data, is that we have to remember this is delayed from Tuesday. So anything after Tuesday, it doesn't factor into what we see on the screen. So this is relevant up to Tuesday the 22nd, but anything that developed afterwards, it's not shown on this, and we can only see it until next Friday. Okay, so that being said, we saw a move lower on the euro, went from 128,000 to 125. It's quite hard to show you that it's 128 to 125. Okay, so we saw a move lower there. Dollar is negative and we're just treading water. It could well pounce higher. It hasn't really looked particularly bearish or bullish, but we could go sideways for a move higher, pending the risk appetite of the market. So if we continue to be risk on, then the dollar's probably going to fall, to be honest with you. But if we go a little bit risk off, then this may start surging higher. We saw quite a bit of a strong dollar move as we closed out the week, especially with gold and precious metals. So keep an eye on that dollar. We may move higher. I have been saying it for a while, but we have just gone sideways. So inevitably, we have to break out of this range. So you can't continue to go sideways. It's 2023. We've pretty much been range bound. Okay. So we should probably be moving, but we'll have to wait and see. It may be to do with risk appetite, to be honest. Okay, so Euro FX off, Aussie on. Do note we move slightly lower on the Euro. Aussie's probably going to be choppy. Actually, we would normally look at yen, don't we? We'll put the Euro back on. We'll look at the yen. We'll look at Aussie after. So the yen was in like a free fall, but now we just ticked higher slightly. So that's of note. 106 to, oh, it's hard to show you. 103,000 to 106. So it's quite bullish because we're really far above the euro and we're more positive than the week prior. So be careful with yen. We may see some yen strengthening. We've also got BOJ looming as well. It looks like they're probably not going to hike, but we don't know for sure. We can't be 100% certain. So if they do, then we're going to see some big moves on the yen. So be careful with it. And we are slightly higher than week prior. Okay, so that's of note. Euro off, Aussie on. And Aussie is breaking those lows. 77, 77. Yeah, minus 81. We're breaking these lows. So I think we may have to revisit back here. So that's really interesting. So that could be signaling a risk off scenario. We still got that support. Break that, and then we could actually be quite heavy on the Aussie. So obviously this is tied into the tariffs and all that stuff and all that uncertainty around Trump. And well, you know, if he's going to make his mind up about X or Y, no one really knows for sure. And of course, with the China tariffs, he may just announce something on Monday. You don't really know. So if so, we can see the Australian dollar move lower slightly. Aussie off and pound. Oh, that's quite a move. That's actually quite a move, isn't it? Are we below zero? Oh, we're just above zero, but that's actually quite a heavy bit of selling there. So be careful with the pound because we've still got this triple support. So don't be overly bearish until we break that. If we do break these lows, then it could be a good one. And we're going to be looking for a pound USD sell because we're going to get the crossover. Okay, so perhaps wait for the crossover and then wait for the break of these lows, and then it could get quite ugly for cable, the pound USD. Okay, so that's like requirement one to get the crossover, and then probably to get this break, because obviously that was a key level down here and it was respected quite strongly. See, so there's obviously a key level there. There could be something back in the past where this level came into play. So could be an interesting one. It could be quite heavy for the pound, but we'll have to wait and see. CAD, it's moving higher slightly. 74. Can't show you, but we have gone higher slightly. Yeah, we've moved higher by 4,000 contracts. We may continue higher. We may see this. It's hard to say. Obviously, we've got a little bit of resistance up here. We may go above zero. If we do, we're going to have the dollar CAD sell. If we can see continuing CAD strength and it continues higher, then we're going to get that set up. Okay, so that's of note. This is going to be linked into oil and stuff like that. So it's looking like it could be moving higher here. Can you see? So we're like zigzagged. Maybe another zigzag here, down, and then like a move like that. Gold, what was a big move. We have seen some heavy selling on gold as we closed out the week, hence my comment at the start of this video about the data not capturing anything after Tuesday. So we may see this move lower come next Friday for the COT data, because we did see it fall quite heavily. It rallied 1%, nearly 1% Monday, and then it rallied nearly 1% on Tuesday, and then we fell heavily on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. So it should move lower. We should see like a sort of like a strong reaction here, something like this, I'd imagine. We're going to like just move a little bit lower. We are positive, do note, but I think we're probably going to move it a little bit lower just by looking at the price action as we closed out the week. And also don't forget, we've got a really busy calendar as well, so be careful with it. And also my FX book and FXCM crowd, they're long on gold USD. Okay, so just bear that in mind. So if you join the crowd, it can be a bit risky. Gold off, and then we come to the end of the video. And New Zealand dollar, we're probably going to be range bound. Like I was saying, be careful, because we sort of want to break above that high for longs. It looks like we're not going to, and it looks like it's going to weaken, and we're going to be contained within that range. So no clear-cut signal on New Zealand dollar, because we really wanted to break that. And we had the setup here for NU, and we're going to get the NU again. So New Zealand dollar USD long, and then we're going to get a short, but we need the crossover. Okay, so it could be, it's looking like potentially a strong dollar versus a pound, and a strong dollar versus the New Zealand dollar potentially. Okay, so keep an eye on those two, and we'll look at the Swiss franc, and then we'll wrap up the video, and then we're done. And we're just sideways. So I can talk about the robot. We didn't have any signals this week because we're simply waiting for price to come up into supply. We came so close and it just didn't trigger. So what it's going to do now on gold, it's going to look for some supply, but what will have to happen is that we need to fall slightly and then go sideways. Once we go sideways, we'll baseline, and then we'll create a demand at that level. So I think perhaps maybe potentially like a heavy Monday, and then we could see it go sideways, and then it should start creating like a demand zone, and then it should open up a buy. We may need a retest of that demand, and then it should spring a little bit higher. But like I say, we've got lots of data this week, including the inflation data and NFP and FOMC as well. So it could be very much a roller coaster. Just know your exits and know your sizes as well, and know when you're wrong, because it's really important. You don't want to be holding onto a trade if you're like massively underwater. It's not only stressful, but it's really bad for your account as well. So just know your exits, and don't forget you could hedge if you wanted to. Obviously, you might want to avoid that, because hedging can be quite stressful, but there is always that option. And also the other option is just to exit if you're wrong. But just be careful, and you should be fine. So have a good weekend, and I'll speak to you guys soon.